Hey guys, it's Sharice, and today's video is going to be the perfect palette tag. I kind of wanted to do a current eyeshadow palette collection, but I didn't know if that would be boring or not, and so I thought maybe I could combine that and the perfect palette tag, and maybe we'll spice it up just a tad. So before I start the tag, I'm going to go ahead and show you my palettes, so the answers kind of make sense, you know. So the only drugstore, well, no, some of these other ones could be considered drugstore, but this is the Fergie Wet n Wild palette. This is the Center Stage one, or no, this is the Center Stage collection, but this one is, I don't know if it has its own name. This is what it looks like. I've only used this a few times. It's a nice palette, like it's cute and everything, but I don't really reach for it. It's in the back of my drawer. Then we have the Missy Lynn BH Cosmetics collab. Packaging is so cute. This is what it looks like. These at the bottom are highlights, and they are very nice highlights actually. I just forget to use them sometimes. Then we have the Limecrime Venus palette. Oh, I love this palette, so beautiful. I know people don't like Limecrime, but I love this palette. It's gorgeous, especially for this color right here, Muse. Oh, the color is everything. They're coming out with a Venus 2. I'd have to get it, I don't know. Then I have 3 of the Anastasia palettes from last year. This is the Amrezy. I wasn't gonna get this, but then the hype, you can see my messy vanity, girl. The hype, and I ended up getting like one of the last ones in my Ulta when I got this. Then this is the Tamanna palette. Looks like this. Then we have the Mia palette. Looks like this. I have this Makeup Forever palette. This is from the 50 Shades of Grey collection that came out last Christmas time. This is a very beautiful palette as well. This like olive. Then I have the original Chocolate Bar palette by Too Faced. I think everyone knows what this looks like. Ladies. Then I have the Lorac Pro 1 and 2. Avery got a hold of both of them, so that's why it looks like this. That's the one. And this is the 2. I did not hit pan, okay? Avery hit pan. My child was like, ooh. Then I have one of the Kat Von D palettes. This is the Monarch. I used to have the girl talk. I used to have the Chrysalis, but I ended up returning it. The Chrysalis palette was actually my first eyeshadow. No, the Chrysalis palette was my second eyeshadow palette that I ever bought. My first one was the first Naked palette. I no longer have that palette. I gave it away to my sister-in-law because I hated it. Okay, then we have the Tartelette palette by Tarte. Obviously, I love this so much. I wasn't gonna get it, but I love it. And the Tartelette 2 is gonna come out too. Girl, I gotta get it. Then we have 2 Z palettes. This first one has a Morphe eyeshadows in it. This is like so random. This is just the most random thing ever, honestly. And then this one has Makeup Geek eyeshadows in it and 1 blush. I'm actually adding to my Makeup Geek collection. So if you want to see swatches of the Makeup Geek eyeshadows that I have, please let me know and I will do that as soon as possible. Okay, so on to the tag. The first question is best packaging. I would say it's a tie for me. Well, oh, this is gonna be so hard. Okay, so for best packaging, like pretty, I really love the way the Tartelette palette looks, just because I love purple. The Venus palette is also very cute. The Venus too, not so much, but this palette is cute. And I definitely love all Kat Von D packaging because it's just, it goes the extra mile. The detail on all of her packaging is insane. Okay, number 2, best color payoff. For best color payoff, I would definitely say it's definitely between the Makeup Geek eyeshadows, the Lorac eyeshadows. These eyeshadows are so pigmented. They are a little soft or, you know, powdery, but they are hella pigmented. And the Anastasia shadows are pretty pigmented as well. Number 3, most versatile. I don't even think this counts. Does this count as a palette to y'all? Like, to me it counts as a palette. But I would say most versatile definitely is Makeup Geek eyeshadows, obviously, because you can choose what eyeshadows you want. So if you choose, you know, different, if you choose some good colors, you can get multiple looks, obviously, out of your eyeshadow. For something like the Missy Lynn palette, you're kind of stuck with doing like a purplish look. You know what I mean? Best for traveling. Once again, Makeup Geek, the Z palettes with the Makeup Geek individual eyeshadows, because they have different size Z palettes. One, they have a smaller one. I think it's like not a quad. I don't know how many goes into the small Z palette. And then they have a larger Z palette, one that's, you know, bigger than this. So basically all you need to do, instead of having multiple palettes with you, put your favorite Makeup Geek eyeshadows or Morphe eyeshadows, whatever eyeshadows, in one of these Z palettes and you're good to go. Number 5, biggest regrets. I really regret getting the Morphe eyeshadows, just because I don't use these. I fell into the hype of like $2 eyeshadows, but I really don't use these, and I feel like, I don't know how they are in the actual palettes, like the Jaclyn Hill favorites and the 350 or whatever it's called. I don't know how those are, but I feel like for the individual eyeshadows, they're not as pigmented. Like the shimmery ones are like hella pigmented, but I don't really feel like the matte eyeshadows are that pigmented, so I'm just like, whatever. I don't really use these. Number 6, best color names. I would go with, for best color names, it's a tie between the Venus palette and the Tartelette palette. Like, okay, so the Venus palette has Venus, Shell, Aura, not Aurora, Creation, Icon, Rebirth, Divine, Muse. To me, they're fitting colors, they're cool. The Tartelette palette has Free Spirit, Force of Nature, Dreamer, Multitasker, Caregiver, Natural Beauty, Best Friend, Bombshell, Fashionista, Power Player, Wanderer, and Supermom. Like, those colors are like, hell yeah, you know what I mean? And then you get to like a palette, you can actually say the names, you know what I mean? The Kat Von D palettes, girl, I can't say these damn names. Like, least used, I already kind of mentioned that, is the Morphe eyeshadows, and definitely this damn Fergie palette gets no love whatsoever. I think I've only used this like once or twice. 8, most used, most loved, Deserted Island. So Makeup Geek for the win, just because you can just depending on what colors you choose, this All you need is this, girl. All you need is this. Alright, so that was the end of the perfect palette tag. I hope that was not too boring. I hope this video isn't long. Lord knows I talk too much. So if you are not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. If you like this video, please thumbs up this video. If you would like to see any looks with the eyeshadows, with the eyeshadow palettes that I showed you, please leave a comment down below and I will work on that for you. I will also list all the palettes that I showed you in the description box, and that's it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.